Dudes behind the foods. Yo, it's the dudes behind the foods. Dudes behind the foods. Yeah, it's the dudes behind the foods. That's actually really fucking good. We started. What's up, y'all?
What's up?
Welcome back to Dudes Behind the Foods. You know, look, we ran into some complications. You know, David moved. That's not
David moved?
Well, yeah, it's not gonna
What's
be.
all the secrets?
Look, it's not a secret, Kev.
He's the secret baby, the secret move. He ain't read nothing by me. He ain't told me nothing.
You don't reply to your text messages. That's a lie. Kev is so responsive.
You know I'm gonna hit you back.
You know, you always do. David, he recently moved, and he's not an LA resident anymore. All right, but look, that's not gonna be an issue moving forward. It's just that I was in Canada also when we were supposed to record. It was a last minute thing. Went to go visit Chia's family. So now I was like, who would I love to have on the podcast in place of David? And for one, I've been trying to link with Kev. You know, he's a busy man. I'm a busy man.
Very.
And I tell people all the time, the best way to even see your real life friends anymore is to just invite them to come on your podcast.
Easy work.
The only way.
The only way.
So we get an hour of catching up.
I love this.
So what's up, man?
I'm chilling, Tim. How are you, man?
I'm great. First of all, I appreciate you for pulling up.
Of course. Me and Tim have been trying, I've been trying to eat his mom's Thai food for 3 years.
Whoa, that sentence started off crazy.
Yeah, as I was saying, I was like, dang, there was another way you could have started that. I got to hold the baby.
You held the baby.
I held the new baby.
Yeah. Wait, was that the last time you were at my house?
That was the last time I was at your house.
Wow.
She was way little.
Oh,
and that's all I wanted.
Little.
When she grows up, I would be like, no, maybe I held you when you was little.
Look, I was just telling someone the other day, probably on No Chaser podcast, I'm like, I always joke, if you need to get that engagement up, have a baby. You know, the baby pictures will help. But once they hit 2.5, no one cares anymore.
No, oh, you're absolutely right. It's only like cute when they're little babies.
Yeah.
Now you just have a kid.
Now I be
Baby's
like,
good. Kid is, everybody has a kid.
Rick was like, as soon as they start getting a jawline, no one cares.
And then you get the whole, are you exploiting them for content?
I know.
You're not like a family channel. Like,
no.
You can tell your kids are just a part of your life.
Yeah.
And you film.
I mean, I definitely exploit them for the vlogs.
Well, you got to. You got to exploit them.
Someone left a comment one time, they're like, man, you out here exploiting your kids for views. I was like, you dumb. I'm exploiting my kids for money.
Right.
Are you stupid? Who cares about views? And no, exploit your kids for clout. I'm like, I have clout, dog.
Right.
I need money.
OG YouTuber.
But yeah, man. Kids. Oh yeah, you came to see Veda. It's been a long time. As you said, you've been trying to come eat my mom's food for a long time. And I was about to have you pull up, but then my mom went to Thailand for like 3 months. So, but I am gonna have you have some Thai food today.
Love Thai food.
I asked you what is your go-to Thai food order, and what'd you say?
Well, you asked me one of my favorites.
Favorites, okay.
And I said, I mean, I'm rattling them off. Pad Thai, of course.
Of course.
Pad CU, Tom Kha, Pad Grapao.
Yes.
I'm a big fan of curry and chicken satay. There was another one that I put in there. Is it Thai? It's a basil. Is that grapao?
That's grapao, yeah.
Okay.
You got a banger list, first of all.
And mango sticky rice.
Mango sticky rice.
Mango sticky rice, underrated dessert.
It's people are beginning to know.
Are they?
It's really pop. You will see it now, like really kind of showing its face. You feel me? Even the Philippines, the Wendy's in Philippines, they're doing a mango sticky rice frosty, bro.
Okay, now that I'm anti any frosty outside of chocolate. I'm anti every single frosty that's not a frosty is a chocolate dessert.
Not even the vanilla?
No, that's the most egregious.
You bugging?
No, but then I went to Wendy's and tried them all. They are amazing. They literally.
Oh, so you like the new ones?
They're 4 for 4.
Okay, because I've heard different reactions.
Yeah, I overdid it for the video just because it was the point of the video. The strawberry Pop-Tart, it's a weird cold ice cream Pop-Tart's not a good sensation.
Okay.
But the Oreo one was fire. The caramel one was really, really good too.
The caramel one looks great.
Yeah, but the Oreo one, Oreos and ice cream is a match made in heaven.
See, now this is another reason why I wanted you on this podcast, because you have you stand by your food hot takes. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much the internet shames you.
Specifically black people.
Specifically black
people. For a basic root vegetable dessert, just for liking pumpkin pie, it is just sacrilegious in the Black community.
You know, I think, and that's another thing I feel though that Black communities and Asian communities have in common is they hold their recipes very like sacred to them.
Yeah.
And if you deviate at all, they get very pissed, right?
Yes.
And like,
That's so true.
even as far as like Asian people will get mad at not Asian people cooking Asian food.
Yeah, for sure.
And I get it to an extent.
Wait, if I made Thai food, Asian people would get mad?
No, I think it's more they get mad if you were like, I'm making my own pad Thai, and then you
and
like
it's non-traditional.
and non-traditional, and like they're like there was somebody where people years ago people got really mad at a white cook who's making pho.
Okay.
And he was saying like he hates when people add too much sriracha or hoisin to their broth. He's like, when I do it, I like to add a little lime and just some mint leaves, and which is also how I like it. If I have a good pho broth, I don't add too much. But people were going in, and it's so silly because a lot of people were going in like, let people eat pho the way they want to, which I also agree with.
Yeah.
But there was also like, if you ask a Vietnamese chef the same shit, he'll say the same thing. Don't fuck my broth up.
Yeah.
You know, like you don't need to, I'm making it good for you. But people go, how this white dude's gonna tell us how to eat our pho?
But hoisin and sriracha is on the table.
It's on the table. But it's kind of like people feel like if you drown it out, you're drowning out like the actual flavor.
Oh, he's talking about going OD.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, like, I feel that.
So a lot of Asian people were mad at him, but I'm like, but this dude trained in Vietnam. He was like a trained chef. So it's just that.
Because he just shouldn't have been saying them. Sometimes white people just shouldn't be the ones saying it.
I mean, look.
I think that's what makes people mad. Like, you might even be saying the right thing, but because you ain't the person who should be saying it.
Look, I've learned to play my position as well, where look, of course, I am adjacent to the Black community.
I thought about you the other day about this specifically.
And I feel honored to be invited to Black spaces. I'm grateful, right? That's great. Thank you guys. But the other day, you can tell me why you thought of me.
I will.
I was watching Straw on Netflix, and I was like, I'm not allowed to say how I actually feel about this movie on Twitter, because they're gonna be like, Tim, stay out of Black folks' business. This is a Tyler Perry movie. It's not for you. But I'm like,
Okay, so I don't know if I agree with that though. This is an interesting thing. I've never thought about this till this moment.
Yeah.
Is Straw Black people's business? I don't think that's fair.
Yeah.
Because it's a movie made for mass consumption.
Yeah.
However, I do see the pitfall of like, if you say that, I could see you inviting, but that's like, can you speak about sinners? Because there was an Asian couple in there. Are you okay?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel like they would have been. I don't know. It's to an extent, right? It really depends. Because I feel like if you're talking about Straw specifically, where it's like the story of a struggle of a Black mother, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, people would be like, Tim, you know?
For sure. For sure people are gonna do that. I'm asking myself if it's warranted. Because Tyler's audience is Black.
Right.
That's who he's making his movies for. But that movie is on Netflix.
Right.
And it's #1 in the world. That means more than Black people watched it. Like, obviously a lot of Black people watched it, but everybody's watching that movie. So they can't have can movie critics have opinions?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's, I'm always thinking about shit like this too with the internet, right? I'm like, okay, yes, maybe it's different for me because I feel like, okay, I'm adjacent.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm gonna keep my critique to myself.
Fair.
You feel me?
That is a smart choice. I don't disagree with your choice, and I don't disagree they were coming. I was asking myself if it's right. But on the internet, it doesn't even matter.
Who the fuck really cares?
If it's right, it doesn't matter. It's like Caitlin Clark. You can't talk about her unless you're praising her. You really can't talk about her without inviting
from both sides. Actually.
From both sides.
Yeah.
So it's like, I low-key have been tweeting about her less and less because I just don't want to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
And you should be able to critique or praise a player for just the basketball aspect. Mm-hmm. But with her and Angel Reese, it's never just the basketball.
I know. And then like that's when they say like shit's loaded, you know what I'm saying? You gotta just kind of be aware of what it's loaded with.
Yeah, and that for Angel Reese is the same way, but I don't care because I'm going to bat for her. So like the more she gets negative, the more I'm gonna be like, and I love you, girl. Go ahead, get them rebounds, score the points, get them assists. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but yeah.
Why'd you think of me?
So I was I'll be upfront and honest. I'm not a specialist on race, ethnicity, and nationality.
All right.
Okay, it trips me up sometimes. So I had the random thought because like in Sinners there was the I think they were Chinese. The couple they was with the black people. Like they was kind of coming up together.
Yeah.
And I know ethnicity is like culture and heritage. So I was curious if you can be there's Chinese Jamaican people.
Yeah.
Who are like, and then there's generations of them. I was curious, could you be ethnically Jamaican, if your family's been in Jamaica for maybe 5 generations, could you be more ethnically Jamaican than Chinese? Or could you be ethnically both? And I thought about you because I was like, they used to get on you, Tim Delgado, think he black, Delgado. And I was like, part of the reasons I think you are the way you are is because how you grew up. Like the neighborhood, the schools, the people you hang out with. And obviously you've been very aware that you are not black, you're not trying to be black, but you did grow up with black people. And that's why I was just like, I was talking to my wife about it. She said the same thing. She was like, I wonder, like, that could be like Tim just grew up around black people.
Right.
So that's part of the culture he was around. But you are also very Thai. You know what I'm saying? Like with the food and your parents, and you've never hid that part about you. You even changed your name to make sure you're like, my Thai is coming through as I raise myself in this thing. And it was just so interesting. The thing I came to is it's, at least ethnicity is not as cut and dry as like, honestly, race is not even cut and dry all the time. Nationality is really the only one. Whatever's on your passport is cut and dry.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I was just curious about how that works because obviously I'm black, and and American, but it's just not as cut and dry because my homeboy's a Mexican dude. So I was like, on the form, what do you check? Because it's like, right? It's like, it's not really, and I had a whole conversation with him and he was like, it's not really that clear for us because I don't identify as white. I'm more, I think it was mestizo is the term, which is basically like, kind of like native, but a lot of Mexican people came from the Spanish colonization part, and you go back there. So it's just, he was just like, bruh, it's not cut and dry like that. And in America, it's just, there ain't enough boxes.
I know.
To really be clear.
I know.
So I was just like, yeah, that's crazy.
It's just, and I think the more we learn, the more like, not only broad the conversation gets, but the more people really want to define who they are. And sometimes it's like, sometimes you get to where you want to define everything and it's like, what is actually the point? You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand, but at the end of the day, do we need a million boxes there?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you're just trying to, I don't know, apply to work at Burger King, you know what I'm saying?
And what's the information gonna do?
Right.
It's gonna DEI you. It's I don't have a clear answer.
Yeah, man. That's why I always say, like, I feel very blessed to have grown up in LA, and like with a very diverse group of friends. Because my preschool to 8th grade experience was very like Black and Asian and a little bit of white sprinkled in. And high school was like mainly like, my high school was like 80% Mexican and then like, Black and little sprinkles of Asian and white. So I feel like I've really got a overall like diverse experience. Robyn Couch, the champagne is here, I do believe.
All right, I got you.
Let's take.
Cool.
What? Thank you.
Said thank you.
We can throw to a break, or
let's throw it to a little break.
Take a little break.
What's up, y'all? I'm driving right now, and this is illegal, probably, but I just want to say, don't forget, we got a live show in Santa Monica. Bang, bang, July 20th, Los Angeles. Pull up. Me and David, we're going to be drinking. We're going to be eating. We're going to have y'all on stage drinking and eating. Who knows what's going to happen? It's crazy. It's going to be super interactive. It's going to be fun. It's going to be us digging around, having a great time, and y'all going to be with us. We got about, I think, like 50 tickets left, so pull up. July 20th, Dudes Benefits live show! Here, 3, 2, 1, go. I ordered some champagne KevOnStage because this is a special occasion. Seeing you is a special occasion.
I love this.
And I almost got some beer.
You don't want to do that. Do you like beer?
I tell people that beer is like the first time you eat some coochie. It's like you.
I kind of like that from the jump, though.
Did you?
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. But I also feel like it's like you like it, but you got to get used to it.
Now, I do have a joke.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say the first time I ate coochie with Melissa, I liked it. The first time I ate it for real, that person, I don't know if she was prepared. It was a terrible taste. It tastes like I licked a 9-volt battery.
Yes, the battery.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I did not enjoy. It kind of took me out of the whole experience. And then I went many years.
Yeah.
I was almost 10 years. No, not 10 years. Probably about 5. When did I get married? I was 16 when I did that. Got married so about 5 years.
Yeah.
And then I was like, this is much better.
It was always
Much
meant
better.
to be.
It was always meant to be.
Yeah. It was
Such a great thing. I'm a big fan. Truly, truly enjoy it.
I'm also a fan, but I've experienced. I'll tell you this: the battery, the liquor battery, the pennies taste it's a common thing.
It's
I think the overall consensus is that it's just a little pee that was left over. Because it's not a must thing.
No, it's not a must thing. It's not that scene in Sinners. Have you seen Sinners?
Of course.
Okay, it's not that I walked over here.
Yes, because I will say this. And now I feel you've been with Melissa for so long. But like after the club coochie is not bad.
No.
It's like it's almost
the sriracha and hoisin.
Ask any white Asian loving chef. I said, keep it pure. Cheers. Cheers to you, KevOnStage.
Cheers to you, Tim.
I love you, man.
I love you too.
I
Tim is my
appreciate
friend.
you.
I used to watch his videos, and now we're friends.
And I say, if I don't know why I have this random thought, but I always think like, it's too bad me and Kev. I would have loved to have had you at my wedding.
I didn't even feel away. It was so interesting because you were having that conversation about friends, like friends in LA, work friends, things. And I'm like, I don't think we're wedding friends. Yeah, that is your close friends.
Yeah.
I think we're good industry friends.
Yeah.
But I've held the baby, which is more than like into your home is a different level.
You are look, if it was now or even a couple years ago, Kev, you would have definitely been invited to the wedding.
I love this for
I
me.
think that at that in 2018, where were we as far as our working relationship?
I think it developed more after that year. Mm-hmm. And then that's been 7 years.
It's been 7 years.
That's just funny text. Tim did this thing, one of the funniest things ever to me. You know what I'm about to say? Vegas. Tim just randomly texted me one day, yo, we're heading downstairs or we're about to go to the pool. And I was like, huh? So yeah, man, we're in Vegas. Like, me, I think he just, for like 2 days, he texted me as if I was in Vegas with him. And no matter what my response was, he never responded as if, I was like, Tim, I don't know. I think you might be, no, Kev, it's for you, bro. We're going to go grab brunch real quick, and then we're going to hit the pool. Like, Tim, I'm not in Vegas.
I don't know why. Okay, the first one might have been an accident. The first one might have been on accident. I forget why it started. I texted Kev, we're in the lobby, come downstairs. Kev's like, I'm not in Vegas. But I ignored it. And these weren't made up things. These were literally
for sure.
I'm like, it might have been me and Rick were going to the
then
Usher
your stories
concert.
would be reflective of the thing you say.
Yeah, so, okay, I think... Fuck, why? I think I was in Vegas with Rick for a day and a night to watch Usher.
Yeah.
Right? And so I was texting Kev with every update. All right, yo, where you trying to go? Like, we could go to this brunch spot or we could go here. It's all you can eat. And I would just tell everything. And I'm like, I'll take a picture of my food. All right, we here, man.
And then in my head, I was like, it would be fun to be in Vegas with him. Like, these are things I would do. Me and Melissa go to Vegas all the time for like a show, grab some food, go to mostly concerts, and then we'll just come back home. So it was hilarious. But see, like that happened post-wedding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But she's great too. Like I was in the house.
No, I F with you, Kev. If we talking about YouTube friends, especially nowadays, I consider you. No, you've moved up a tier for sure. There's definitely tiers. Nowadays you would have had an invite. Like
I love this.
There was even people like for example, me and Leanne V. Like we don't hang out.
Yeah.
But we always invite each other to things.
For sure.
Like she always invites me to her birthday. I invite her to my birthday. Or I invited them to the wedding. Her and Dawn pulled up.
Yeah.
But my main reason, and she knows this, I invited Leanne V and Dawn Benjamin to my wedding, even though we weren't like close necessarily, is because I wanted to go to their wedding. because I knew it was gonna be sick, okay? And then time came for their wedding in Hawaii. It was beautiful. I couldn't even go. And I was like, I had I think the baby was fresh. I forget what happened. We couldn't even
there
go.
was a minute you were like, bro, I can't do. I hit you up for like 4 or 5 things in the row, and you're like, bro, I'm a parent. Baby's sick. She needs a break. I've been out of town.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this I connect with. There's no further text after that. I am a present father.
Yes.
I'm taking care of my fatherly duties, my husbandly duties. You know, I understand.
You get it. And I always have this conversation so much nowadays. You know, I tell everybody, like, yo, if you want, don't hit me on no spontaneous, I'm in town tonight. Why are you telling me, bro?
Never gonna happen.
No.
And it's not some people are just snooty, like, you in my city, you don't hit me. Brother, and I mean this with love. I have a wife. We've got a calendar. I've got sons. They've got, now it's a little bit better because my oldest is driving and my youngest is about to be driving.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, I'm on pickup duty.
Yeah.
Or I need to be available to pick up. There's rarely anything I can do that's like, what's up, what you doing tomorrow, brother?
And here's the thing. I want to be available.
Me too.
That's the thing too. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I could work every day.
Yes.
But look, the reason why I film between noon and 3 for most of my things is because that's nap time. I try to leave during nap time so I can be playing in the morning and then playing in the afternoon and give Chia a break if she needs. You know what I'm saying? That is like all my, if you look at my calendar right now, it's like everything is like between 12 and 4.
That's perfect. And that's what you gotta do. When my boys were in school, it was always based around school.
Yes.
Nothing before 8 because we gotta drop them off.
Yeah.
And I gotta be back to the valley by 2 o'clock to get into the parent line.
Kev, I'm at the point where I'm trying to write this movie for me and David. Y'all ever heard about it? You already know.
God,
and
Tim.
I'm like, here's the thing. If it doesn't get picked up, right, and I'm gonna fund this shit out of my pocket, thug it out.
Yeah.
I'm like, would it be crazy to only film between 9 and 2 when Veda's in school? Is that crazy?
You're just gonna pay more. The crew would be so happy about that. They'd be like, this is not.
I know.
But they're gonna charge you full day rates. They don't care about your little family, your little dreams.
I know.
I don't care if we work 12 hours or 14. You want to work 6? Fantastic. Full day. Because they can't get another gig that day.
Yeah.
And they're gonna charge you for it.
In my head, I'm like, if I'm doing it myself, then I'm probably directing it too, right? So I feel like I'm there, 9 to 2, got my eye on it. And then if y'all want to film scenes that I'm not in, I hire a director I trust, take over.
You can't do that.
I know, I can't. Not with my baby.
No.
Not with my first one. I know.
No.
I know.
You would lose your mind.
I know. And plus, I'm so nitpicky.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know.
You literally have tattoos now.
I do. This is fresh. This is
I
yesterday.
can tell you. It has the lotion.
Yeah, this is like a little.
What happened? You never had tattoos, and then you're like, now I want them.
Well, you know what?
Is it the kids?
I didn't have tattoos. Yeah. Well, this was Veda.
Yeah.
And that's cute. And it was a couple of reasons. You also have tattoos.
I went for 40 years, and then I went from 0 to 4 in a summer.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Midlife crisis gang. And well, look, Kev, I there's a couple reasons that factor in why I just started getting tattoos.
Okay.
Right? And one of them being, I know I'm a very nitpicky person, and I change my mind a lot.
Yes.
And so I didn't want to start getting tattoos unless I knew it would be something I wouldn't regret. And what am I not going to regret? My babies, right? Secondly, I always held on to the thought that, I can play very young if I'm auditioning.
Yes.
So and also, parts for Asian guys are scarce. You feel me? So in my head, I didn't want it to come down to me and the other Asian kid that they didn't have to cover his tattoos.
And they will make decisions like that.
Exactly.
I know it's just another 30 minutes of makeup, you're done.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm gonna keep my shit looking as pure as possible. And once I got to the point where I'm like, okay, I still look good,
right?
But I'm not playing high school kids anymore.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I can get some tattoos.
For sure.
So that was kind of the whole thought process.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I was similar. I was like, most comedians will get a microphone or something. I was like, I just don't want to do that. So I got my brother's tattoo. I got my wife and I I got my Melissa's initial, and then I got the stage crew, like our logo thing, which is just a film clapboard. But I kind of want more now. I want like a sleeve, but I don't think a sleeve is a lot.
Yeah.
So like for me to go here, and I don't feel like I have the body.
Look, the thing about getting covered is you don't need a body anymore, Kev.
You don't think so?
Nah, man.
I feel like the cool man is like, oh man, he's tatted all here, but he's like with his shirt off, but I just got the belly.
But when you have the shirt on, how cool is that gonna look?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I feel like my cousin, he's a pastor and he's got the full sleeve and it's lit down to like here. But I don't think I'll ever go that far.
Chia hates it.
She hates it?
You
don't have anything of her.
She loves my tattoos. Well, she loves the fact that I have the babies.
Yeah.
But she if I didn't have tattoos, she would prefer that. I don't have a Chia tattoo because I feel like I kind of believe that if you get the name or the face, it's like a curse.
Really?
Initial, I feel like that gets a pass.
Yeah.
But I've always people like, I don't know, once you get their name tatted, you break up.
How long you guys been together? It's been a minute, ain't it?
We got officially together in 2011. So it'll be 14 years this year. Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah.
14 already?
But then 7 of those were long distance, so you kind of gotta like, you know what I'm saying? We were only seeing each other a week out of every month, so you kind of gotta, I don't know, maybe those 7 years count as like 3, you feel me? If you really look at it time-wise,
But then what about like LeBron, who's on the road for half the season, or Chris Paul, who hasn't lived with his family for like, he said he hasn't lived with his family for like the last 4 years. He's been traded.
That's fair. Nah, that's a joke. Nah,
Yeah.
14 years. Yeah. It's been 14 years. It's been a great 14 years.
Yeah. She's just a good vibe.
She's a totally good vibe. So understanding. Probably the most like level-headed person in my life.
She's cool. I like her. Big fan.
Thanks, man.
Big fan.
Man. Yours is cool too.
Melissa's great. Big fan of hers as well. She's the best.
Yeah, man. It's like, look, it's a blessing in this industry to find a good woman. You know?
It's a blessing. I think it's a benefit and a bonus. Like I was talking to my homeboy about this, and I was like, the fact that I don't have to spend energy like juggling multiple women, it allows me to spend more time being creative.
Oh, 100%.
Or resting or working out, whatever. Like I told this joke on my last set. I call Melissa after every show.
Mm-hmm.
We talk if she's awake for maybe 15, 20 minutes before I go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine having to call somebody else. Like that's just, it's disgusting. I would literally, I couldn't do it because the thought of having to call somebody else when I want to go to bed, I can't do it. And I text people by mistake all the time. I'm just not built for that. So it allows me to just like, with Melissa, I love you, good night.
Mm-hmm.
When I say I'm going to bed, I'm literally going to bed.
Juggling women is exhausting. Yeah. That time of my life was like, it's, when I was kind of like just single and going all in and like just going crazy and just trying to mess with multiple women, it was like, there was one point where I sat back and I'm like, I could be getting so much more done if I just stopped this nonsense. Like it's a lot.
It's a lot because any relationship demands time.
Yeah.
So even if you're just trying to smash, unless they're a sex worker or woman of the night, they're gonna demand a certain amount of time to get there.
Even women that are like, will say they are like as horny as a dude and they just wanna wham bam as well.
Yeah.
They still like to feel like, talk to me like I'm not just this.
Yes.
Even if they want just this.
Yes. Make me feel like a person.
Yeah, I want to feel special.
Make me feel good.
Can you make me feel good? Can you make me feel good? Shout out to Halle Berry.
I hate Billy Bob.
I know.
I hated him in that moment.
Man.
I was like, I don't care if y'all are acting. You don't deserve this, man.
Man.
This should not be you.
Have you seen the uncut version?
No.
Man.
I didn't even know there was an uncut version.
There's the version that's in the movie.
Yeah.
And if you go online and look up like director's cut version, it's crazy because Kev, it's crazy. You see, because yes, like, there's certain protocols when you're filming or whatever.
Sure,
like I'm sure
sure
they had little flesh covered like undies or whatever. But there's a part where you literally see Halle Berry's butt cheeks like grab Billy Bob's ball skin. They're that close. And
your body doesn't know you're acting.
There's
and
that.
she is Halle Berry for real.
And there's that. Yeah.
I gotta cut.
Cut.
Yeah,
cut. Give me 20 minutes. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah,
I hope to do my whole career with no sex scenes.
Not me. You should see the script I'm writing, Kev. No.
I think I'm safe. I think I can play in the Adam Sandler range. I don't think that's a thing that is necessary out of me. And my body type kind of eludes me from the sex scene things. Shout out to Issa Rae. She had a dude built like me who got a sex scene. And I was very proud. I was like, we exist. Niggas, I can say nigga. Niggas be getting women and they be built like me. And I just want us to know we deserve a representation.
That is 100% true.
Yes.
Look, I was the movie I'm writing for me and David doesn't have any sex scenes, but
Okay.
I am working on my list of eventual movies I would write. Like I have a bunch of like random just jokes written out because I want to do like just like a dark rom-com that would have sex scenes because that is where like the humor is in a lot of it.
Yeah.
And look, like I said, she's cool, man. she's cool.
She has no problem?
So I'll tell you this. If we're talking about like early me and Chia days, she's been in the room when I had to kiss a girl multiple times. Like,
oh my God.
There was a sketch. We weren't officially together yet, but I wrote a sketch where I was getting married, okay?
Yeah.
And I used exotic Jess Lizama, if you're familiar, YouTuber.
Yeah.
And she had to kiss me multiple times. And Chia, I just picked up Chia from the airport because we're doing long distance stuff. And she was sitting in the pews. We're shooting in a church. And she was just watching, chilling, texting. And she said, being there kind of also made her realize that like, oh, this is very like formulaic. It's just like, it's work, right?
Yeah, it's work.
To the point where when I wrote another sketch where I would need to kiss somebody, I told her, I was like, who do you pick the person?
Yeah.
And she was like, I might as well use Jess. You've done it before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when I tell stories of how cool Chia is, in terms of that type of stuff, Rick had a sketch that he had written where a naked girl like bends over in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the whole bit. It's that like, he doesn't care about that, but he gets mad when she laughs at my jokes, okay? But Rick wrote this sketch and he was like, yo, have Chia read this for approval, because I used to have Chia approve all my dirty stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like, but if she has an issue with it, we can flip it and we can make it so that she's bending over in front of Rick and we'll flip the bit, right?
Yeah.
And then Chia's like, well, whose channel is it going on? And I was like, Rick's. She's like, well, doesn't it make more sense if the girl's bending over in front of you, Tim? And I was like, yes.
Yeah.
She gets it. But she did get to a point where she's like, all right, look, man, if you're going to be doing these little sex skits, no more filming things in the bed because that is our space. And
your actual bed.
My actual bed.
Oh, your actual bed.
My bed.
Okay.
That she would come fly from Canada and we would be laying up in. She was like, I don't want these randoms in our bed.
Yeah.
So if you look around 2000, I forget what year it is, all my sketches that involved any type of sex joke were either in a hotel or on the couch. There was never a sex scene in my bed.
Boundaries. Respected.
Yeah, man.
And see, you still got to do what you want to do. She feels respected.
Yeah.
You're still together.
Just wait till that Halle Berry scene comes.
That's why, Melissa, when I first moved here, I was like, because everybody was doing sketches, I was like, yo, would you care if because I'm like trying to get into the scene. She was like, if you're doing a web series, you're absolutely not kissing anybody. For YouTube?
Yeah.
No. She's like, if you book a movie, then you're at work.
Yeah.
But to go on Random's channel or your channel? Absolutely not.
You're like, I wrote this.
Just like, no. So I think now my audience is like, I had to kiss a girl for the first season of Churchy.
Did you?
I did. And my audience was like, I hate it. I don't like it.
bet.
You should never do that.
Oh, wow.
So there was none of that in season 2.
Dang.
But as I go on, I don't think I'm 42. I'm getting cast as the last thing I did, I was cast as dad 50s with like 25-year-old sons. And I was like, yo. So I'm not going to get anything younger than dad now.
I got sent an audition, a self-tape for the father of a teenage girl, and I was a little salty about it. I was like, really? I mean, like, yes, on paper, it's possible, but I was like,
but you're moving into a new realm of, and that's because you can't go back now.
Yeah, I put on a polo shirt. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. I put on a polo shirt. I put on my glasses.
I love that the first thing you thought it was like, well, let me get a polo shirt since I'm a dad.
I didn't know how to act, man. All right, we're gonna take a break. We'll be right back. I'm gonna get this Thai food that's getting dropped off. Man. For those who love traveling and things like that, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but I have a whole Mexico City trip I'm doing with y'all in November, and we have half the spots filled up, which means the trip is locked and loaded, ready to go, but I have like 10 to 12 more spots open if y'all want to come travel with me. We go to Mexico City. We're taking tequila making classes. We going to like some fire taco spots. We're gonna like learn about the city, and who knows? We're probably gonna turn up a little bit. So link is in the bio description if you got a little bit of extra money and you feel like taking a vacay with me for 4 days, and it'll be a good time, man. Pull up. I'll give y'all. We're literally just gonna be kicking it and eating and drinking for 3 or 4 days. And it's not just a vacation, y'all. It's a vacation with me. So, come on, let's go.
That conversation also resonated with me because when I turned 25, I started getting auditions for young frazzled mom. And I was like,
Hollywood
I'm a
will
child.
age you before you're ready. They will categorize you in a way that is like, I don't care how you feel about your age. This is what you're going out for now.
Hey, let me tell you, we were on set for that rap battle, the Super Hot Fire rap battle.
Yeah.
And Kev came up to me. He was right behind me. He was like, Tim, you're graying. I was like, can you not? Sir, I'm aware.
Are you one of those people that aging is tough for you?
It's not tough, but I'm always kind of I'm still trying to be on camera.
For sure.
So it's not necessarily tough. Like, I'm totally comfortable with
aging in actual life.
Yeah, aging in real life.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. I love like my life and where I'm at and my babies. I love being a father. But on camera, you know what I'm saying? Like, I am still trying to maintain the charade. You feel me? Like, I keep the fade high.
Yeah.
Look, I know that if I want to let these grays trickling in, if I want to embrace it, I know it's going to look fire.
Yeah, it's
Kev.
good on the side.
I know.
And you still have a full head of hair.
Oh, trust me, daddy.
Full-
I know it looks good.
Full head of hair.
But I'm not ready to necessarily like put it out there like, yeah, I'm there.
What are you,
feel
like 35, 36?
Something like that, yeah.
Something in the middle?
Sure, something like that, yeah. So, but I keep the fade high, you know what I'm saying? Like, because, there is a part of me that like, yeah, sure, I know that no matter how old I am on paper, I can still play as however I look.
Well, you have a very youthful look about you.
Thank you.
You probably could still get Euphoria.
Potentially.
Serious, like you.
With the right makeup, yeah.
Dark hair.
Yeah.
Because you're never going to be as bad as Grease. The fact that we even allowed Rizzo, these were 48-year-old people.
Yes, Rizzo looked old as hell. She's still sexy as hell in that shit.
There's no way that girl was 16, 17.
Look, and I talked to Dante Bosco about shit, right? Because I remember being a youngin' and feeling like I want to go into the entertainment industry, right?
Yeah.
And Dante, I remember Take the Lead had just come out with Antonio Banderas.
Yeah.
And I remember, because, Dante, as far as Asian people in the industry, is somebody who I looked at as like, oh, okay, I can relate to this person finally,
sure.
right? And then Googling him and his age, and when Take the Lead came out, he was a high school kid, but he was 30 playing high school.
Yes.
And I was like, all right, man, you gotta step down, bro. It's my time.
Now he's blocking you from roles.
But now I'm bullshitting trying to write this movie.
You've been trying to write a movie, Tim, for as long as I have known you.
Please, it's the same one.
Is it the same one?
No, not really. The initial,
I don't remember you saying David when we were first talking about it.
No, the initial one was that the rom-com that I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
That is the one I would have been talking to you about way back.
Okay.
So this one with me and David is the one that is like on my laptop now. I got about 15 to 20 pages left. Okay.
Oh, you're almost done.
I'm like 60 pages in. I feel like another 20 and I can put a button in it and try to get it sold. Okay?
Yes. Okay.
people might not know this. One of the initial meetings you and me had is because y'all were trying to give me a movie deal at All Def.
Absolutely.
And you guys were like, whatever you want to do, we got movie money, let's get it.
What happened with that?
I don't know. No. I had signed the papers. I signed a contract and everything. And then it was like, never mind, we changing some shit up over here.
That's probably right.
And then
there was a hot minute where we were like, movies are the way. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. When do you officially begin your career in your mind?
What do you mean?
Because I was gonna say, you have had to pivot all these different times.
Do you want some more champagne?
I do want some more champagne.
Do.
It's a celebrate.
We are celebrating. And you have a driver?
I got a driver. I ain't got to worry about this.
Me too.
I was thinking about, because I'm trying to get to 1 million subs on YouTube.
Can we get KevOnStage to 1 million subs, please? You know who he is. If you ever
I'm only 10,000 away.
Yes. Look, yes, it's irrelevant right now at this point. But
that was going to be my point.
But just
because I've been working on it. I don't care if it's irrelevant.
Get this man to 1 million subs.
The algorithm doesn't care.
You said you're how many away?
10,000 away.
Light work. Get this man. Look, how many followers you got on Instagram now?
2.1 million.
You done lapped me up. And
have I?
Yes, bro. I've been at 1.5 for like 10 years.
Yeah, it's tough to grow on there now. And so the thing with YouTube and Instagram and TikTok, the more the algorithm shares without you having to subscribe, there's less incentive
to subscribe.
Actually subscribe. I was talking to my youngest son about this. And I was like, who do you subscribe to on YouTube? And the way he looked at me, he looked at me as if he was like, subscribe?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. He was like, I let the algorithm choose.
And
recommended is actually what he said.
In the mood for somebody, he's just gonna search him up.
Yes. So he has when people say subscribe, hit that notification bell, they're not doing that anymore.
You know how I know I'm an unk in these YouTube streets, Kev? I open up YouTube and I click subscriptions. What are my subscriptions talking about? I know these kids aren't doing that. No. They probably don't even know that exists.
No, recommended is all that matters. But you were sketches, you were full screen, you had full shows, you had Wild 'N Out, you got businesses. Like, you have just had to hustle with what I tell people when I used to work at the bank. We used to have what we called the flavor of the month. So whatever the bank is selling, we're focused on business loans this quarter or this year. Now that's out. We're focusing on credit cards, and okay, that's out. Now it's home equity line of credit. Like, the internet is very similar. Like, when you started, it was all horizontal.
Yeah.
Everything's going on YouTube. Yeah. Now, it was all vertical. Now, since around the pandemic when TikTok dominated, they really flipped it all vertical to where YouTube and Instagram had to be like, well, now it's vertical. Instagram was a square, and now it's full.
Oh, you mean it was all horizontal, now it's vertical?
Now it's vertical.
Yeah.
So it's like, in order to be successful, you kind of you have to shift with whatever's going on.
I've been shifting through the years, Kev. It's literally been, last year my channel turned 18. Started in 2006.
18?
Yeah. 2006, 2025. Yeah. It'll be 19 in September.
19?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That you've had like 4 or 5. If that was your child, it'd be in college.
It's like when you ask me when do I feel like my career started, right? Is that what you asked me?
Yeah.
It's kind of, and I think about this a lot because when I think about the chapters, everything feels so different.
For sure.
Like YouTube, when it was at its prime for me, I want to say 2010 to 2012, where views were at its peak, and I had like signed to Maker.
Yeah.
So I could create any weird sketch I wanted with like production value.
Yep.
I was like touring all over like the world with the other Asian YouTubers. And it was that was crazy. And then it really did kind of do like a chapter thing. Like 2012, I feel like YouTube peaked for me. And then 2013 is when I got Wild 'N Out. And that was like 2013, 2019. And then after that, it really opened the door for like other stuff. Like I did the Deliciousness show on MTV, and then me and David kind of crossed over doing Send Foods. Like that was like when Send Foods got picked up by Thrillist, and then now it's like, oh, I'm in my like Food Network lane.
Yeah.
And now, now it's 2025 and I've been podcasting for like the past 6 years or so. And it's look, it's a blessing to even still make money doing it. You know?
That's what I'm saying. Like you found a way for nearly 20 years.
Yeah.
Few people can say they've done that in any industry, much less like the beginning of a thing that it wasn't even lucrative.
It wasn't at all.
Nor even intended to be. And you've had like every version of it.
And it's all because I'm adorable. It boils down to my likability.
Low key, Tim, I tell people this you're being funny, but it's also true.
I'm being funny, but I'm also being serious.
Likability is the most important ability. There's a comedian I used to work with back in Tacoma, brilliant mind, brilliant jokes, not likable at all. And he said this to me, he's like, I could give you my jokes and they would work because people just don't like me.
Yeah.
And you've been in this business, you've been on set, we've been in rooms where people are like, what about this person? And if one person's like, ugh, they're just not great. Nobody wants to be around somebody who's a jerk for 12 hours unless they absolutely have to.
Yeah.
So if you don't have to, we're not talking about if Tim was a jerk, it's like, the acting thing, talent-wise, millions of people can do it.
Right.
Hundreds of thousands live in California.
Yeah.
Millions of people can act. You're often getting cast for because the hours are long. Are you kind of cool at 12 and 14 hours when we didn't get the shot? We're all tired. It's cold. Or somebody's about to go get pizza because we're about to go into the second lunch.
Yeah.
Are you a dickhead right now?
Yeah.
If you're that cool, then it's like, if your name ever comes across, Tim's great. That means he's on time. He's going to know his stuff. But he's cool to be around. Look, and people discount the third one, and it's probably the most important.
I preach all the time. I'm not the best rapper, even though I got bars.
Right.
I'm not the funniest person in the room. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the hottest dude. I'm adorable. I know. I'm fucking cute. But I stay booked and busy because I'm just a joy to be around.
It is the most, in sports, they call it the locker room guy.
Word.
They'll keep a person around literally for vibes. Obviously, you have to be able to do the sport.
Yeah.
But to keep the camaraderie and the vibes of the team up, because whatever the sport is, it's a long season. Some people stick around because you're like, our truth. I'm back into wrestling. Our truth was let go by the WWE 3 weeks ago.
Okay, word.
The fans revolted. The wrestlers revolted.
Really?
They brought him back because people like him.
Interesting.
Just because, obviously he's a good wrestler. He's good on the mic. He can do all the things, but he's 50-something. And I think they just made a business decision. And people were like, no.
Yeah.
Fans really got pissed off and the wrestlers got pissed off. And they let go a lot of people at that time.
Yeah.
And over the years, they brought him back and he went right back to being on TV.
Look, Kev, man, and to your credit too, bro, I feel like as far as people in our industry, and I was literally just talking to so before I pulled up to here, I was doing Maddie Mae's podcast, okay? And just before cameras were rolling, you came up, I forget how. Oh, because I said, I'm about to be recording with Kev.
Yeah.
And it was this, the overall is always Kev, that's a good dude, man. That's a good dude. I F with KevOnStage. That's a good dude,
and
man.
I try to, bro, I'm telling you, Tim, I have gotten so many bags because there's somebody who's a fan of mine.
Yeah.
And they are introducing me to the team.
Yeah.
Spectrum,
yes.
All kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Or I am perceived to be a nice guy, which is the truth.
That's all that matters.
And also, it also helps that I'm married. I don't come across like a sleaze.
A creep? Yeah.
I'm not going to slide.
I know I can give off creep vibes. Maybe more so back in the day. But I'm married. I have my children tatted on me. I'm in it.
But it has helped for people to be like, he just seems like a good guy.
Yeah.
People will want to pay you and be around. And then, of course, you got to deliver on the, you know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing, too. It's like, yes. And I kind of like a deceiving thumbnail, okay?
Yeah.
If we're talking about clickbait in online and in real life. Anybody can fake it.
Yeah.
But you keep getting booked again and you keep getting return viewers if you deliver after the clickbait. You feel me?
1,000,000,000%. Because somebody's gonna be like, I booked him, but he actually is a jerk.
Yes.
I was way off.
Yes.
Don't hire, like, word gets around regardless of what the word is.
Yeah.
Because people are gonna be like, yo, have you worked with Tim? Oh yeah, how's he? I've worked with Tim. You're one of the first people I convinced All Def to do stuff with. Probably 2013, within the six months. And your name comes up and it's like, oh, Tim's great. Tim's great. And there's, in that same time period, people with bigger numbers, all that. It's just like, nobody even has to say they're terrible. It's just like, what about this person? One person just like, nobody even the name gets crossed off. Just like that. And there usually are a terrible person. That's why it's dangerous to get that reputation, because you don't even know when they're passing on you.
That's facts.
Because they decided in a room that you never even knew existed.
Yeah.
You were crossed off on a thing you didn't know. Then you audition. Oh, nah. You could have a great audition.
Yeah.
But they don't want to be with you on set.
Yeah.
You're done. Then you got to be the person making the thing.
And look, Kev, get it. And I appreciate you for putting my name in the room, man, because All Def, look, as I said previously, I appreciate being invited to Black Spaces. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for welcoming me into the room. And I appreciate you for putting me in there.
Of course.
Because I fuck with All Def all day, man. Look, that's fam up there, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I think the Thai food is here.
Thai food me down.
I'm just trying to put you on to some shit you haven't had before, okay?
Now I'm nervous. Is it okay if I don't like it?
It's great.
Okay, cool.
Do you like spicy food?
That's not my favorite.
I kept it mild. I kept it mild for you just in case.
I'll try it.
We'll be right back with some Thai food.
We'll be back with Thai food, baby.
Bang, bang. Kev on stage. I forgot what we were talking about, but it doesn't matter because...
We're back from a break, man. You could be anything now.
That's true.
Last time we came back, we were talking about licking coochie.
This is true. We cut off on so many good moments.
Then we come back to something totally different.
I know. It was like a very deep conversation about racial relationships, and then it was like eating coochie. And every time we take a break, we're like, sorry, y'all, anyways. Kev, let's just start a new podcast, man. You down for another one?
Absolutely.
Let's get it. Okay, so I ordered you, so you named some first of all, your list was fire of go-to Thai food.
Yes.
I love that you said pad see ew, because whenever people tell me, hey, what should I get? And I feel like they've only had pad Thai. I say, if you want something a little bit better, but in that same lane of meat, veggies, noodle, pad see ew is banger, right?
Different type of noodle, different flavor, but good.
Yes. So I ordered you food from, it's called the Isan portion of Thailand. This is the north region of Thailand.
Okay.
And it's more like fresh, saladier, lighter options.
Okay.
When there was a summer where I was really trying to lose some weight, and I was just like working out and eating just shit from this genre of Thai food.
Yeah.
And I like cut weight, but it's delicious. Okay. So first, what is in here? Okay, wait. Let's go for this. So these are probably the go-tos of this.
Mine?
It's all we're all just gonna share.
Family style.
Family style.
Big fan of family style.
So this first one that I'm opening up, this is called Laab. Okay? Laab. Have you had?
No, haven't had.
Yes. Okay.
I've never even heard of it.
So it's on some Thai menus, it's gonna say larb, but it's pronounced Laab. Okay. So this is ground chicken with like mint and a little bit of spicy and onions. Okay, that's Laab.
Okay.
And then this right here, it's translated. It's like waterfall beef. In Thai, it's called nam tok. All right.
Okay.
It's just steak with spicy, minty stuff. All right.
I love the breakdown. Steak with spicy minty stuff.
These are gonna be on the like salad section of a lot of Thai menus. Okay. So sometimes they'll give you some lettuce on the side. You kind of like you eat it with that.
Okay.
You eat it with some little bit of lettuce and some sticky rice. I didn't get any sticky rice this time.
Okay.
Here's a napkin. Scoop. Enjoy.
Scoop and enjoy.
Just go in. And first, get a flavor of that. Tell me how you feel.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I need some of the lettuce?
You don't have to. I feel like just get a flavor. Just get in there, Kev on stage.
Get in there. Yeah.
Oh man.
It's so interesting. I was just saying that I really like red onions.
Okay. You know?
Sorry.
Did you like it when you were a child?
I hated red onion when I was a kid.
I hated all onions when I was a kid.
But as a 40 plus, I don't mind a little red onion now.
What did you hate when you were a kid that you were a fan of now?
Brussels sprouts.
I
think Brussels sprouts changed.
They learned how to do it.
Yes, I heard like scientists actually changed the flavor of Brussels sprouts.
What?
We're not tripping. They made a more
palatable
Brussels sprout from the Brussels sprouts when we were kids. The cartoons were like, oh, Brussels sprouts. Yeah. They actually tasted terrible, but they're less terrible now.
They still stink.
They still stink.
But the flavor, though.
The flavor is different.
Okay, get you a flavor of that, and then I'm gonna do this.
Is there more forks? Because once I eat with this, I'm gonna.
Oh, just go
in? Okay.
But there are more forks. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So that's you got the beef or the chicken?
I got both.
Okay, tight. So this is.
Oh, that's really good. Oh, wow. That's very refreshing.
Yeah, bro. So that's like I said, it's gonna be in the salad category, Laab and nam tok, or waterfall steak situation.
Big fan of nam tok.
Good. I'm glad.
You speak Thai, right?
I do. Nit noi. That means a little bit.
Okay.
All right, now. The last 10 minutes is gonna be me putting you on.
Put me on.
Normally it's like we eat in the beginning and then that waterfalls into other conversations.
Yeah,
this time we just gonna wrap it up with me telling Kev about Thai food, right?
This is great.
This right here, you ever had glass noodles?
I have had glass noodles.
There you go.
Big fan of glass noodles, actually.
Bang bang, glass noodles with some shrimp. In Thai, it's called pat wun sen. All right. David always makes fun of me when I say Thai words. He says it feels like I'm saying half of words. They never sound like complete words. And then
a very rich, like, flavor.
It's
very flavorful.
Look, Thai food, I feel like one of our main things is it's not subtle.
No.
You know what I'm saying? The flavor is
you
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Vietnamese food, like pho, like I like the subtlety of some good pho.
Yeah.
But Thai food is like traditionally just kind of like you're tasting it.
Face.
Yeah. So these are called fish. These are fish cakes on the English menu.
Oh yeah.
Have you before?
I've never had.
Oh, okay, cool. It's like a little.
I can't believe you've got me on all these Thai dishes I've never tried.
Yeah, bro. Okay, so on the menus it'll be tod man, but it's just or it'll say fish cake. So you dip it in this right here. This is kind of like a little cucumber.
Oh, I love dipping in sauce.
Cucumber situation, and that's the fish cake. This is Thai stuff you've never had before.
Thai stuff I've never. I want to go to Thailand so bad.
You never been?
I've never been.
Oh man, you love it.
Kids, I want to take my family, but a 25-hour travel day is a tough sell on a family of 4.
Thailand's like 12 hours.
Is it?
It'll be. My dad just went. He said it was like, I think like 9 hours to Taiwan, and then another 2-3 hours to Thailand.
Okay, I greatly overestimated. Is the layover long?
Probably a couple hours.
I could do 12.
I'm so jealous because I've never been to Japan, and I know you've been.
How have you never been to Japan?
I know, man.
Damn.
I know, Kev.
You only go places for work?
Now, but it was on. So, 2020, I told Chia, Tokyo, we're going this year. I put it on the calendar. We are going, and then.
But 5 years ago. Well, you had the kids.
That was why we had kids. We're like, we're not going nowhere. Let's make life.
I got it.
And we did it, and now I can't go anywhere. I can't even get lunch with my friend. God!
I think you will love Tokyo.
I would 100%.
One of my favorite cities in the world.
Oh, man. I'm so jealous, bro.
I've been twice now. We got a brand deal to go there for like 2 days. And we did so many things.
With what company?
American Airlines.
Man.
We went on the Mario Kart thing. We went to a fish place where you catch your own fish. We went to Osaka for a day.
Let me start being family friendly, bro.
Man, that's where the bread is at, Tim. I'm telling you.
I can't do it yet.
You'll love Tokyo. And food-wise,
I know.
You'd be in heaven. You're like, you have your own versions of diners, drive-ins, and dives. What's the deal with food? You've been doing the food thing for a minute.
The food has opened up so many doors for me. It was such a real and fulfilling pivot, right? Because I love food. I always have.
Yeah.
And my mom instilled in me from when I was a little kid, like, just try it. You know what I'm saying? Just try everything, right? And of course, you know, she's like an amazing cook.
Mm-hmm.
One day you'll try it. And like, and just watching the Food Network, I got so curious about food growing up. So
yeah.
When I got money, I just was ordering everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I got the fattest when I got money because I was just ordering everything. And then so when I got the idea for Send Foods with me and David, it was just perfect. Like the fact that it got picked up was so lit. Yeah, man, it's just I really appreciate food. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's such an interesting way to learn about a culture.
Yeah.
Learn about people. We went to Mexico City for Christmas a couple years ago.
Oh, did you?
Oh my God.
Yo, I'm going to Mexico City. Come with me on my Trova trip. Mexico City, get you a ticket. Come eat tacos and tequila with me in Mexico City, November. Bang, 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 bang. We got 10 tickets left.
Have you been?
Never.
It's so good.
Yeah?
We went on a little I don't want to say excursion, but I can't think of a better word. And this like abuela made tortillas for us by hand, and it was so good.
Yeah, different.
So different, so good. I was like, I want Guy Fieri's life. I want to just be able to travel and eat food and say it's good. Like I don't want to. I love bizarre foods, but I can't do that.
Yeah.
Like I can't. Like I'd like to try a lot of things, but trying disgusting things and bugs and stuff.
If I could eventually get into my Anthony Bourdain lane, like retire from look, the trajectory would be from like the next. If we talk about the phases of my career, if I could do the movie shit right,
Yeah.
and then as I get older, move into my Jordan Peele lane.
Oh, you want to do horror? Or producing?
Not necessarily horror, but I have weird ideas. Okay?
Really?
Yeah, and Jordan Peele in my this phase of my life has become one of my biggest inspirations as far as like somebody who used to make weird sketches and now has moved this weird ideas into horror vibes and is like this like respected director, you know what I'm saying? If I could do that and then eventually, because I love reality TV so much, do a reality show when I'm like retired from the real shit. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was coming up, I always wanted to be on Real World until I decided that I wanted to be a real actor.
Right.
And then I was like, well, I can't do reality now.
For sure.
But if I could do something where I'm like, I always make a joke like, what if I do a reality show when I'm like 50 where I go back and finish my college degree that I dropped out of, you know what I'm saying? And it's me navigating that world as like an ex-entertainer, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that is where I'm at. If I could be like on my Anthony Bourdain vibes, that would be lit. You know, I'm just living life, Kev.
That's
you know?
all you're doing, fam.
Just trying to pay for these babies because private school is expensive.
Are they in private school?
Veda is in school officially, so she is in private school, yeah.
She's school age?
Just finished her first year as a 4-year-old.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And she's a pandemic baby then?
Mm-hmm.
2020 or 2021?
Born in 2021. Busted nuts in Chia in 2020.
Man, it happened so fast.
I'll tell you.
Dang.
I got this Q tattoo because he's 2 and some change now.
He's 2?
I got this Veda tattoo when she was 2 and some change. It's been 4 years since she was born.
Man, I'm tripping.
I know. It is a trip.
It really is.
Well, Kev, thank you.
Thank you
for coming on. I appreciate you.
I've had a blast.
It was great to catch up with you, man. We got to figure out some time to just hang out as friends.
As friends.
Because I F with you on a personal level. I truly do. I genuinely mean that. Anything you want to plug?
Follow me on YouTube.
You should. Subscribe to this man. Subscribe to this man. At this point, the podcast peaks at around 20,000 or so views. If half of y'all that aren't subscribed to KevOnStage, go subscribe.
Just half.
We will get him to 1 million views, subscribers, okay?
It doesn't cost you anything.
It doesn't at all. Yeah.
But it will mean the world to me.
Yeah. Do it.
I will throw a party.
Let's go.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
And thank you for getting me into new foods.
KevOnStage, I'm so excited for you. I love putting people onto new food.
This is great.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
I've got 4 different Thai things that I've never had before now.
You've had the wunsen before.
I just had the noodles.
Yeah. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Me and David have a live show in Santa Monica on July 20th. If you didn't know that already, we got 50 tickets left, so make sure you get a ticket. It's a good time. Thank you for watching. KevOnStage, I appreciate you. Bye.
Yo, it's the dudes behind the food.